everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. If you've been drawn to this reading, this is literally the only deck that I was guided to use for this particular batch of readings for each sign. So it's called Soul Lovers and Separation. This is for those of you who feel very connected to a person, regardless of where you are at on the journey, more than likely at a distance from one another. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what presents itself here. I am going to bring forward 3 different scenarios. So you get to choose which scenario you're most guided towards, okay? And let's take a look and see, based off of what you choose, if I'm able to tap into your situation, your journey. And if not, feel free to go ahead and, view all of the other scenarios that are coming through for this batch of readings. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, Capricorn, so let's give you the opportunity to choose your situation here, whichever one you are most guided to. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to go ahead and pause this video to maybe concentrate on which one you are most drawn towards or where you're feeling guided, okay? And then I'll go ahead and timestamp these down below so you can watch whichever one you want to. If you find that it doesn't resonate with you, feel free to go ahead and watch the others if you are interested in doing that. All right, so go ahead and choose. And here we go. All right, I'm going to set these 2 aside. So I haven't actually seen what any of these cards say. I've been shuffling them. 3 would jump out, and then I would just turn them over and not even look at my desk. So I have no idea. I have no idea what this is about to say, Capricorn. So for those of you who chose number 1, here we go. My heart breaks a little bit more every day we are apart. Okay. So that is how they are telling you the separation is affecting them. So if it's affecting you in the same way, Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what needs to present itself here for Soul Lovers and Separation, scenario number 1. Okay, angels and spirit guides, please. For Capricorn, what do we need to know? We have a Divine Masculine showing up as the King of Cups. I kind of am feeling, before we even grab any more cards here, if you chose this one, you might have actually been dealing with a masculine whose heart wasn't even open to the relationship, not fully anyway. And now that you guys are apart, they've kind of had to face their own inner demons. And maybe now they're in a much better place in their heart, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And they're ready. It's like they're ready. This masculine is ready to offer their cup to you, Divine Feminine. Wow, this is the next card. We've got the Ace of Wands. So there's still room for growth here in this scenario for number 1. Maybe they just didn't see the potential back then, but I feel we have a masculine who's matured, who sees things in a very different way now, and certainly now that you guys are apart and not together, they've had time. They've had time to take a look at how the past unfolded, and maybe they're not pleased with how they conducted themselves, the behaviors, certain things that they might have said to you, but they do now. Wow. Ace of Swords, there's the clarity. They get it. They didn't get it before. That is the vibe. That is the energy that I am picking up when it comes to this particular storyline that's coming through here. If there were other people involved, so that doesn't apply to everyone, but if there was a third-party situation for some of you, and that could have resulted in why you guys broke up, I feel this is a masculine that has evolved and more than likely ended that part of the situation. So they're now ready. I feel they've had the clarity that they need in order to make better decisions for themselves and the connection. 3 of Wands. This is a masculine who's focused more so on what the future can represent rather than what happened in the past. So if that's something that you can focus on as well, Divine Feminine, that might actually help bring you guys together. Six of Pentacles is very important, you know, because if two people are dealing with, for example, a third party situation, that represents a lack of equality because that person's incapable of dedicating themselves or committing themselves fully to the partnership because somebody else is now in the picture. Yep. So I'm not surprised to see a Tower here. You know, just starting from the message, my heart breaks a little bit more every day that we are apart. And more than likely, they're responsible for what happened, the destruction of the foundation of the relationship. You know, they contributed to that more than likely. All right, what else for number 1? Look at this. My heart breaks, and there it is. By hurting you, they broke their own heart. And this is clarification of the separation. It is clarification of a possible third party here. We have the next card coming in as the Six of Cups. We've got the Feminine coming in as the Queen of Swords. So maybe at this point in time, Divine Feminine, your heart might still be a little bit cold towards your masculine, considering what might have happened. Okay, this Tower was not an easy experience. What we are seeing here is that we have a person here who definitely is thinking about you heavily. You know, they remember the good times, but they're also acknowledging the challenging times that you guys have been through. We do have the Magician, so it needs to get to a point where you're both on the same page and really wanting to reconnect here, because these tools are only as good as how you both are able to use them. You know, with the Magician, you're being given a chance, I feel, to reconnect, to be able to explore the relationship once again. So there is the possibility towards manifesting union here for those of you who want that. And then we've got the Six of Wands. So I feel both people, both parties here have to be in agreement that the relationship certainly is worth taking a chance on. And if you do that, and if you guys are both really wanting to manifest a beautiful future here, it can be done. It can absolutely be done. Away from Tower moments, away from the drama, you know? So this makes sense for me that we have the Death card, because something about the old narrative needed to die. You know, that wasn't working. And so this gave you guys the opportunity to be able to create changes in your own lives to prepare you for what's to come. Because this also paves the way for new beginnings to happen, a fresh start for this relationship. So I really like how that presented itself. Even though you guys are clearly not together right now, there is a chance at a second opportunity at love here for those of you who chose number 1. That is what I have. All right, so if you chose number 2, let's go ahead and take a look. And again, I have no idea what number 2 says. We're all going to find out together. Here it is. You feed my heart and soul with your love. You are my best friend and my passionate lover. I love you more than anything in this world. Wow, guys. I mean, this sounds like a pretty intense connection. So let's see what went wrong. What happened? And is it possible to come back together? So for those of you who chose number 2, if you actually refer to each other as best friends and then friendship turned into love and passion, physical connection, what happened to separate the two of you? Let's see. For Capricorn number 2. Okay, well, we've got the Ten of Cups. It is in the reverse. So there was some sort of disharmony that happened here. For those of you that might have had a family together, you know, it could have been more than just the two of you. Some of you could have been married. Okay, so what happened there? The Ten of Cups in the reverse can represent domestic disharmony. I'm just kind of getting that. You guys might have had screaming matches where you guys were just in each other's throats. I mean, it could have been a very volatile relationship. It can represent shattered dreams when it comes to the partnership. So there was some heavy stuff that went on here. It's like you guys loved each other passionately, but when you fought passionately as well, if that makes sense. The Magician. Ace of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. What I'm feeling here, Capricorn, for number 2, there is someone here. Clearly you're not with them. And one of you is feeling perhaps more isolated than the other, you know, wanting to reconnect, but either can't, or feeling like it's just been way too much time since you guys have even interacted. So I'm just feeling this level of uncertainty. Somebody clearly wants to manifest something here in the 3D. And they're actually coming in with a really good energy, ready to give their all, you know, because it can represent a fresh start in love. But there's somebody here between the two of you. I'm feeling this insecurity. Somebody is feeling very insecure whether or not this can happen. We've got the Six of Pentacles that is followed by the Emperor. So it might be a masculine who wants to return, who wants to take action, letting you know, Divine Feminine, that whatever might have happened in the past, they want what you want. You know, they're not going to take advantage of you. They're not going to take you for granted. So that's just the way it's presenting itself here for me, that we have a masculine who wants to prove to you that they are ready to give their all in this partnership. Here we are with our Queen of Swords. Okay. So part of the distance and the separation and the difficulty of trying to even communicate here might be because you might have closed yourself off from your masculine, Divine Feminine. You could still be holding resentment or anger because of what happened in the past. You know, you definitely have built your walls up, I feel. But, you know, we've got a masculine here who is ready and willing to break down those walls. Hangman. I feel you guys needed to spend time apart in order to appreciate what you guys had to begin with. Look at this. King of Swords. Divine counterparts that needed to spend time apart in order perhaps to make room for better in the relationship. Four of Wands. So they desire a reunion here. They still see you guys as two people who can come back together and make this amazing future for each other. Could be a twin flame connection. So if that is the case, you guys will forever be drawn to each other. There's that magnetic pull with twin flames. You guys might have talked about marriage. You guys might have talked about, you know, sharing a home together, or you already did those things. You guys might decide to start a family someday. Some of you guys might have already had a child or children from previous relationships and deciding to blend a family. So there's a lot here at stake. Five of Swords, okay, and then we have the Ace of Cups. I feel between the two of you, whoever decided to walk away from the situation could have been the feminine. There's this opportunity coming in, giving you the opportunity at love, but you get to choose whether or not you want to revisit this partnership and bring it back together, or are you more so concentrating on the opportunity at new love coming in? So it's your call on this one. You know, there's several energies presenting itself here. Look at this. Two of Cups. There's still love coming here for the two of you. I feel truly, I mean, you know, if it wasn't the feminine that walked away, obviously it could have been a masculine, but I feel it was the person that decided to break things off. It's that person's decision whether or not you guys can find your way back to each other. But I'm just seeing a possibility, a potential that you guys can work this out. You needed to spend time apart in order for things to come back together stronger, to come back better than they were before. That's what I've got. All right, so that is number 2, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and grab the third message for those of you who chose number 3. Okay, here we go. Number 3 for Capricorn is this message. It really hurts me to have to keep my distance, but I just can't give you what you deserve at this time. That is a very clear message that you might be in a situation here. You know, obviously we're focusing on soul lovers and separation. There will continue to be a separation for the two of you just based off of this until they are ready to come towards you. And as hurtful as that might be, they're actually doing you a favor, I feel. Because if they can't give you what it is that you certainly deserve in the relationship, then keeping their distance is the right thing to do. But let's go ahead and focus on the tarot messages that surround that. I'll be pulling from my Yummy Tarot here. You know, and the thing is, they don't want to be at a distance from you. They want to be with you. But for whatever reason, they feel they can't do it right now. But they think about you, the happy memories that you guys have shared, the past, what that past represents. They do want the reunion, but they're also feeling that it really is just not the right time. What else for number 3? Look at this, 3 of Swords in the reverse. I mean, in the upright, look at this card, okay? I mean, something clearly happened here to perhaps hurt both of you, hurt the situation, hurt the relationship, you know? And so 3 of Swords in the reverse. So that might actually be a good thing, guys, because it can represent forgiveness. It can represent a situation that is in recovery mode. It can represent their desire for forgiveness, you know, to perhaps be forgiven for hurting you, for breaking your heart. Look at that. They're still holding on to this. They're still holding on to the experience, the drama, maybe tower moments that you guys might have experienced here. I feel this person is really struggling to move forward with their life. So they know absolutely that they hurt you. That continues to haunt them to this day. Let's see what else. For Capricorn, scenario number 3. Oh yeah, there's our good old tower moment. They recognize perhaps that they are at fault for why this happened to begin with. This is the next card. We've got the 5 of Swords, the disagreements between the two of you. So they did something here to break you guys up. They could have been underhanded with how they did things or how they communicated themselves to you. So they created conflicts here. They created a very tense situation for the two of you. Look at this. We've got the 5 of Cups coming in now. Whenever we see 5s in a reading, something challenged the partnership. So during this time apart, And going back to literally the first 3 words of this card, it really hurts. So by hurting you, they turned the tables on themselves and it ended up hurting them more. So now they are grieving the fact that you're not with them. Maybe they've tried to move on to other relationships, but there's something about this one that keeps bringing them back. Divine Feminine, you're coming in as the Empress. We've got the Fool. We've got the Pentacles. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is what I'm getting for this one, for number 3. They can't give you what you deserve at this time. However, they are working on themselves. They are doing whatever is necessary apart from you to be able to make sure that when the time is right, they're ready. You know, they're ready to open up their heart. They're ready to give you everything they've got. So I kind of feel that this Knight of Pentacles, that slow and steady vibe that's coming through from there, it's necessary. It's a necessary part of this journey. When they are ready, you'll see they will be 100% invested. They will be able to offer a new beginning in this partnership. You know, it's like they got to take action once they believe they are ready and prepared to offer everything they've got into this love connection. We've got the Four of Cups. So we see depression right here. What I feel from this card especially, because it can represent a person's regrets. I feel when it comes to maybe a divine masculine here, they don't want to feel these regrets. They want to take action, but they also feel it's not the right time. So for my feminines, this is one of those situations where you just have to believe that it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. When that cycle completes, that old narrative for this person and a new cycle comes in, that's when things are going to finally start moving to be able to help you guys find your way back to each other. So the overall message for number 3 is patience. In time, what it is that you're hoping for and wanting to manifest in your life when it comes to your connection that's currently in separation, what will be when the time is right. That's what I've got for number 3. All right, guys, so that's what I have for these 3 scenarios. Hopefully, out of the 3, I was able to tap into your situation. And if the one you chose ended up not making sense, hopefully you were able to check out the other ones, and hopefully I was able to tap into that situation for you. So that's what I've got this time, guys. If you are interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to do that for you. That link is down below in the description box, as well as the link to all of the decks featured in this video. Thank you guys so much. I will see you on the next one. Take care.